Imagine for a moment that the very ground beneath our feet, the landmarks we've driven past countless times, the symbols we see every day. What if they weren't just random?
Or just simple history.
Exactly. What if they held a secret message? Like an intricate blueprint of cosmic events laid out right there in plain sight for anyone who knew how to read it.
That's a fascinating question.
It really is. And that's the question we're sort of wrestling with today. Welcome, curious minds, to the deep dive. Today, we're embarking on an absolutely fascinating, almost, well, unbelievable journey. We're diving into a truly unique interpretation of the American Southwest.
Right. Our sources for this deep dive, they present this iconic region, specifically Arizona, parts of California too, not just as geographical location.
No, it's much more profound. They call the Cypher of the Reset Zone.
Mm-hmm. And they describe this place as a, quote, sacred and dangerous game board, part of some ancient ongoing game marked by this monumental cyclical event they called the Great Reset.
It's a perspective, a lens through which everything you thought you knew about these familiar places might just completely shift. It's pretty wild stuff.
And our mission today really is to unpack precisely how these sources weave together these specific iconic symbols and geographical features within this region.
We're talking Alcatraz.
Yeah, infamous prisons, state flags, even these huge natural wonders like the Grand Canyon. Everything is interpreted here as a deliberate confession or a sigil or a declaration
Why, who, though?
by what the sources call elites, or sometimes ringmasters. They're supposedly communicating their understanding of this grand cyclical event, destruction and rebirth, over and over.
Shaping our world.
Exactly. We'll explore how these seemingly unconnected elements are linked together, forming what our sources describe as the complete story of the game.
It's definitely an opportunity to see the familiar made, well, very unfamiliar. So yeah, prepare yourselves. This deep dive is a chance for you to look at familiar places at the very fabric of, our perceived reality through a completely new lens. It's specific, definitely unconventional.
It's going to challenge your understanding of history for sure, symbology too.
And maybe even the hidden forces that, according to these sources anyway, shape our world. Are you ready to dive in?
Let's do it.
Because here's where it truly starts to get interesting.
Whip up.
Okay, let's start with the foundational concept. The idea presented in our sources is that the American Southwest isn't just desert and mountains.
Right, not just beautiful, rugged terrain.
No, it's far more. This region, Arizona especially, but parts of California too, is presented as a critical game board, like the central stage in a grand cosmic narrative.
And the sources are very specific. They describe it as the most sacred and dangerous area on this entire board.
That phrase alone, sacred and dangerous, it really grabs you, doesn't it?
It does. It's not just throwing words around.
So what does that imply? In this context, what are they getting at?
Well, according to the sources, sacred suggests immense power, maybe divine power, inherent in the land itself. A place where cosmic energies converge, where profound truths are literally embedded in the geography.
Okay, sacred means power, truth. What about dangerous?
That hints at the events. Critical, pivotal events that supposedly unfolded here. Events on a cataclysmic scale. The stakes were incredibly high, maybe still are.
So a place holding both immense potential and, well, immense peril, a living testament to something huge that happened.
It could happen again, potentially. That's the implication. It's not just a pretty landscape. It's a witness, a scarred witness, maybe.
And what's really striking is that this isn't just abstract, is it? The sources actually pinpoint this exact region.
They do. They call it the divine impact site of the last Great Reset.
Wow. So not theoretical. A specific geographical location where this cataclysmic event supposedly occurred, fundamentally altering the world.
Yeah, and they connect this directly to something called the fallen kingdom of Tototique.
Tototique.
Which this last reset ostensibly destroyed and replaced. The sources describe Tototique not just as a kingdom, but like a whole previous epoch of civilization.
Okay.
Maybe one more attuned to cosmic energies than we are now. It reached some pinnacle, but ultimately fell victim to this Great Reset event. Its fall wasn't just a historical footnote. It was the obliteration of an entire era.
So if we connect this to the bigger picture, it establishes this narrative right away. Ancient cataclysm, profound destruction, wiping away a whole civilization or even a world.
Exactly. And then after the destruction, a subsequent societal restructuring, a new order rising from the ashes, literally.
This sets the stage for everything else we're going to talk about, right? All the symbols, the landmarks.
Precisely. It tells us this isn't just about a place. It's about a pivotal, cyclical moment in time, according to these sources, one that reshaped the world and established the conditions we're living in now.
And here's where the human element comes in, or maybe the elite element, as the sources put it.
Right. The sources claim that certain elites, or ringmasters, have deliberately branded this entire zone with a trinity of powerful symbols.
Branded it.
Yeah, to declare its history and its purpose. Think about that. Not just random historical markers or natural features, deliberate, coded messages.
Placed by those who, supposedly, understand these deeper cosmic mechanics.
That's the idea.
It really makes you think, doesn't it?
Yeah.
How often do we look at state flags or city names or famous landmarks and just accept them?
We take their origins for granted, assume it's just history or convenience.
But this deep dive suggests there's a profound hidden layer, a meaning completely missed by conventional understanding.
And this branding, these sources argue, it's not random at all, it's deliberate. Almost defiant, you could say. A literal confession from these elites about their understanding of this cosmic cycle and maybe their role in it.
A literal confession.
Yeah.
Okay, so if they're designing these confessions, encoding this huge narrative into the landscape, how did they do it? Let's start unpacking that. Let's decipher the first major piece of this puzzle. Okay, first in this trinity of symbols, we look towards Alcatraz, the infamous island prison.
Now, you might be thinking, hang on, Alcatraz, that's off San Francisco, California. How's that fit into an Arizona-centric reset zone?
Right, it seems a bit removed geographically.
But the sources explicitly connect it. They describe it as being near the excavated city of San Francisco, suggesting that city itself has hidden depths, maybe related to this older world, and Alcatraz is presented as a crucial piece of the symbolic puzzle for the entire region.
So not just a historical prison, it's the first key symbol in this trinity, unlocking the larger cipher.
Exactly. And the sources immediately get into its nickname, the Rock.
Yeah, everyone knows it as the Rock.
But here, it's not just a casual name for a rocky island fortress. According to these sources, the Rock is a primary name for Alpha, the moon, the vessel of the sleeping monarch.
Whoa, okay, slow down. The Rock is Alpha, the moon.
Yes. And the moon, Alpha, is the vessel, the carrier of this figure called the sleeping monarch.
The sleeping monarch, like a god.
Something like that, a
No.
dormant divine figure. This connection is absolutely crucial. It links a man-made structure, a prison, directly to a cosmic entity, the moon, and this sleeping deity.
Which elevates it way beyond just human history, doesn't it? And puts it right into a mythological cosmic framework.
Instantly.
So what does it mean for this monarch to be sleeping? Is it literal?
The sources suggest it's more profound than literal sleep. Maybe a period of reduced power, a withdrawal, or a metaphorical slumber defining our current era, awaiting some cosmic reawakening, perhaps.
And this sleeping monarch still influences our reality.
That's the implication. We might be living within its dream or its shadow. Our epoch defined by its dormant state. It's a really mind-bending concept, anchoring this prison to the deepest cosmic mysteries.
So, okay, we have a human prison nicknamed the Rock, linked to the moon, Alpha, which is linked to a sleeping deity. Now let's think about Alcatraz's actual function.
It was a notorious, inescapable penitentiary, right? Designed to hold the most dangerous criminals. Escape basically impossible.
Right. So how does that function play into the symbolism?
Here's where it gets really profound and, frankly, a bit chilling. The sources claim that the elites built a profane prison and named it after their own sleeping god, the Rock.
A profane prison named after their god.
Yeah, they call this a cynical architectural confession.
Cynical architectural confession.
What?
That's chilling, like you said. What's the purpose behind that? A warning, a declaration of power.
The sources suggest it's kind of all of that and more. It's a declaration of their understanding, maybe their mastery, and a constant reminder. The implication is huge.
Vivius.
Alcatraz serves as a small-scale, earthly model of the great cosmic penitentiary itself.
A cosmic penitentiary.
Yes. A prison within the prison, named for the very monarch whose dormant state defines the cycle. This suggests that maybe humanity, maybe all existence on Earth, is trapped within a larger cosmic prison.
Wow.
And Alcatraz is a deliberate physical model of that inescapable reality. It's not just a prison for individuals, it's a mirror reflecting a universal confinement.
A confinement that's energetic,
Yeah.
perceptual.
The sources imply something like that, a reality matrix maybe, from which escape is, for now, impossible. This completely reframes the idea of incarceration, doesn't it? Not just for people, but maybe for our whole world caught in this cycle.
A profound and unsettling idea, our very existence bounded by these cosmic forces. Okay. So if Alcatraz sets the stage, the cosmic prison, the confinement, the next piece, according to these sources, is even more direct, shockingly explicit almost.
You're talking about the Arizona state flag.
Exactly. This isn't just state pride. It's presented as a powerful symbolic declaration. The sources call it a literal diagram of the Great Reset event.
A literal diagram, not just symbolism, but a blueprint.
Yeah. Okay, let's look closer. The main thing you see is that big, great starburst in the center.
Right, the rays shooting out.
The sources interpret this as a direct visual representation of the reunion eclipse. They call it the asterisk, the flash of light, the boom of the cosmic wedding.
That's vivid imagery, a cosmic wedding, implying a union of forces.
Exactly. It evokes immense cosmic energy, a cataclysmic union that isn't just an event, but the very initiation of the reset. A flash, a boom, a moment of profound transformation that literally reconfigures reality.
And this cosmic union, this starburst, it has specific colors, right?
Red and yellow. The rays are red and yellow. And these, the sources explain, are the sacred colors of Beta, the sun.
Beta, the sun. Okay, so we just talked about Alpha, the moon, the rock, the sleeping monarch connected to Alcatraz. Now we have Beta, the sun, represented by the colors on the flag. It's showing that cosmic duality again.
Moon and sun, Alpha and Beta, hinting at the two major forces involved in this cosmic wedding and the reset that follows.
It's like a binary system, opposition, or maybe union, of these celestial forces, black and white, moon and sun, constantly interacting, shaping the cycles.
And the color symbolism isn't random. It's a direct link to these fundamental cosmic entities.
Okay, so we have the starburst, the colors of Beta. What's at the very center of that burst?
There's a single star, a copper star technically on the real flag, but symbolically.
Symbolically, the sources identify it as Polaris, the North Star.
And its meaning in this context.
It's the monarch's eye.
The monarch's eye. Back to the sleeping monarch from Alcatraz. So let's put the flags together now. It paints quite a picture.
It really does. The flag of this sacred reset zone is effectively a literal picture of the reset event itself. You've got the great starburst, the cosmic union, the reunion eclipse. It's radiating the fiery, sacred colors of the sun, Beta.
And right at its core, the monarch's eye, Polaris, the unchanging center, watching it all happen.
It's a profound, concentrated symbol. The whole narrative, the Great Reset, in one visual emblem. A cosmic map, a declaration woven right into the state's official symbol.
Imagine seeing that flag on a government building, not as state pride, but as a map of a cosmic cataclysm, a declaration of a cyclical truth these elites want to broadcast.
It's a completely different way of looking at something so familiar.
Okay, that brings us to the third symbol. And this one, the sources call the final and most blatant confession.
Phoenix, the capital city of Arizona itself.
Yeah, the name alone, Phoenix, it immediately sparks those images, doesn't it? Fire, death, glorious rebirth, powerful mythology.
Absolutely. The phoenix is, well, it's arguably the ultimate mythological symbol of the Great Cycle, right? The sacred bird that lives for centuries, dies in fire.
Only to be reborn from its own ashes. Stronger, more vibrant.
And this myth connects so directly, so powerfully to this whole Great Reset idea, a cycle of destruction followed by renewal, ending and beginning again, a cosmic rhythm of death and rebirth.
The essence of the Phoenix is this cosmic rhythm.
Perfectly encapsulated.
And the sources are blunt about it. They assert the elites named the capital city Phoenix as a literal declaration.
Not just a nice name, but a statement.
Right. It is the city of rebirth, the capital of the new cycle rising from the ashes of the old one. And the old one is
Tototique, that fallen kingdom we mentioned earlier, supposedly destroyed by the last reset.
So the capital city's name itself becomes this profound testament to their grand, cyclical theory of history. It's not subtle, is it?
Not at all. It's an overt, constant reminder embedded right there in the fabric of governance, of daily life, in the capital. A visible nod to the deeper cosmic truths they allegedly understand and maybe even orchestrate.
So let's bring this trinity together, the whole regional cipher.
Yeah.
It becomes pretty clear, according to these sources.
Yeah, let's recap. They built a profane prison, Alcatraz, named for the rock Alpha, the moon, the sleeping monarch's vessel. Check.
Then they designed a flag, the Arizona flag, that directly depicts the reset event, the starburst, the reunion eclipse, radiating Beta's colors, the sun's fire, with the monarch's eye at the center. Check.
And finally, they named their new capital city, the heart of the new order rising from the destruction after the very principle of cyclical rebirth. Phoenix. Check.
It's an intricate, interconnected web of symbolism, each piece reinforcing the others.
Which leads the sources to this bold conclusion. It is the complete story of the game, written in the geography and heraldry of a single zone.
Wow. Not just isolated symbols. A comprehensive narrative, deliberately placed, consistently reiterated through the most prominent features of the region.
It's like a map, a calendar, and a confession, all rolled into one.
Okay, so we've laid out the symbols, the cipher. Now, let's turn to the place itself. What the sources claim is the actual ground zero of this last Great Reset event.
The Grand Canyon.
So we've talked about the symbolic branding. Now we go deeper to the alleged physical mark left by the last Great Reset.
The Grand Canyon, one of the most iconic landscapes on Earth.
But our sources present it very differently from, the standard explanation. Not as a marvel of slow natural erosion by the Colorado River.
Now, that's the conventional science. These
Right.
sources say something far more dramatic, truly cataclysmic. They call it a divine impact site.
That completely flips the script, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It reframes this natural wonder entirely. It's described as the great scar left upon the face of Gaia, the Earth, from the last Great Reset.
Gaia, the Earth as a living entity.
Exactly. And this isn't just a geological formation, it's a literal wound, a lasting testament to a celestial collision of immense power. The sources emphasize not slow erosion, but a singular, devastating strike.
And this wound, this divine impact site, it's not just any location. The sources call it the most sacred and terrifying location on the entire game board.
Sacred and terrifying, that duality again,
Yeah. It's described as the tomb of one cycle and the cradle of the next.
which really emphasizes its pivotal role, right? Not just destruction, but transition, where one epoch died and the next was born.
A place of ending and beginning. Terrifying in its power, sacred in its transformative potential.
How does that shift your perspective, seeing it not as a geological wonder carved over millennia, but as a cosmic scar from a single violent moment?
It's a complete inversion of the narrative we're usually given. Suggests a much grander, much more violent history for the planet.
So the big question is, what caused this scar, this impact?
The sources give a very specific, very evocative answer. They claim the canyon is the literal impact trench carved by the wrecking ball at the end of the previous epoch.
The wrecking ball.
Yeah, that's the term used. The instrument of destruction that ended the age of Tototique. Described as some kind of celestial body, a force of cosmic destruction.
And this directly challenges the whole Colorado River story.
Completely. The sources explicitly state, the Colorado River did not carve this canyon, it merely flows through the wound that was left behind.
So not gradual erosion, an instantaneous cataclysmic strike leaving this massive wound. The river just follows the path left by the impact.
Like a liquid ribbon tracing the edges of an ancient cosmic blow, filling the void left by a celestial hammer.
This, then, according to the sources, was the epicenter, the absolute ground zero of the cataclysm.
This was the place where the rock of the moon struck the Earth.
The rock again. Alpha, the moon. From Alcatraz.
Right. Striking the Earth, shattering the old world of Toto, and initiating the Great Aquarius Mode Wash.
So we get a concrete image here. Alpha, the moon, hitting the Earth with enough force to carve the Grand Canyon and literally shatter the previous world, Tototique, ushering in a new era.
And what about this Aquarius Mode Wash? Is that like a flood?
The source is presented as more than just a physical flood, though maybe that was part of it. It's described as a profound, multi-dimensional cleansing event, like a radical reset of the Earth's spiritual or energetic grid.
Purging the old cycle, initiating the new, like a global energetic reboot.
Exactly, a complete reordering, washing away the past, physically and energetically.
And the devastation wasn't just limited to the canyon itself.
Apparently not. The sources describe nearby Death Valley.
Hottest place on Earth.
Exactly. They describe it as the scorch mark, like a patch of land prominently burned by the raw solar fire of Beta that was unleashed during the impact.
Beta, the sun. So both Alpha and Beta were involved.
It seems so. Alpha, Moonrock, delivered the impact, the wrecking ball. And Beta, Sunfire, contributed this scorching heat during the event, both playing complementary, devastating roles in the reset.
Offering a cosmic scale of devastation that's just hard to grasp.
Imagine the scale. An impact carving the Grand Canyon and simultaneously scorching Death Valley with raw solar fire from Beta. It's a mind-bending image of cosmic power unleashed, leaving permanent scars.
Now here's another intriguing layer. For millennia, this whole devastation zone, the canyon area, was supposedly left incognita.
Meaning unknown or unmapped.
Yeah, specifically on the maps of the Watchers.
The Watchers, who are they?
The sources are a bit cryptic, but suggest a clandestine group, maybe ancient, maybe even off-world, an intelligence that observes and records cosmic events, holding knowledge of the cycles.
And they deliberately left this area off their maps. Why?
It suggests concealment, maybe, or perhaps a respectful avoidance of a site deemed too powerful, too volatile, too sacred, even too dangerous to interfere with after the cataclysm.
But eventually, someone did go in. That period of incognita ended.
Right. The sources claim that after what they call a mini-reset, the American Civil War, a group called the OK Club initiated the Great Excavation.
The OK Club. Another secret society.
Seems like it. And they supposedly did this under the cover of ordinary westward expansion.
So, not just settlers moving west, a clandestine group with specific knowledge moving in to explore and claim this incredibly powerful zone.
Suggests a continuity of knowledge, influence. This group understood the site's true significance beyond just land or resources, a hidden hand moving in.
And what did they do when they got there? They recognized the power.
Oh yeah, they claimed it as their own, didn't just map it. They effectively turned the canyon into a new Valley of the Kings, referencing Egypt.
Wow. And they branded it.
Critically, yes.
Yeah.
They branded the great natural buttes and temples with the names of their most ancient and powerful avatars, the Egyptian gods.
Like,
The sources give specific examples. The Tower of Ra, Isis Temple, Osiris Temple, names we still see on maps today.
and the sources say these aren't just poetic names.
Emphatically not. They are sigils, declarations of ownership placed upon the sacred ground by the ringmasters.
Ringmasters again. The higher level elites.
Right. To honor the monarch and consecrate the site. It's presented as a deliberate, ritualistic act, exerting control, paying homage, integrating this powerful site into their own cosmology.
This completely challenges the standard history of westward expansion, doesn't it? The naming of these features, implying a hidden, ancient agenda tied to cosmic powers, not just exploration.
Exactly. Far deeper than we're usually told. Okay, so we've explored the geography, the symbols, the alleged ground zero of the reset, but the story, according to our sources, it doesn't stop with rocks and landmarks.
No, in fact, they claim that the most important secret of the Grand Canyon is not in its geology, but in its people.
That shifts the focus entirely, doesn't it?
No.
Puts living cultures right at the heart of this whole cosmic narrative.
It's a powerful idea that knowledge isn't just in texts or monuments, but carried within a community, within people.
So who are these people?
The sources introduce the sacred clowns of the Pueblo tribes, originating directly from this region, the heart of the reset zone.
Okay, the sacred clown.
And they are identified quite monumentally as the living descendants of the survivors of the last Great Reset.
Wow, that's a huge claim. Elevating indigenous cultures from just, historical groups to central figures in this cosmic drama.
And more than that, they're explicitly named as the lore keepers of the cataclysm.
Lore keepers, meaning they hold the memory.
Exactly. They carry within their traditions, their oral histories, their rituals, maybe even their very being, the living memory of that ancient world-shattering event. The Aquarius mode wash, the shattering of Tototique.
So this places these indigenous cultures right at the center, attributing this sacred, vital role to them, preserving a forgotten history.
A history that challenges our whole conventional understanding of global cataclysms and the origins of civilization.
So for you, the listener, this means these cultural practices aren't just quaint traditions. They're active, living components of a cosmic memory, passed down through generations, making the past alive in the present.
It's really mind-bending to think the deepest secrets might be held right there in the cultural practices of these people.
Okay, so if they hold this memory, how is it expressed?
Well, the sources say their very appearance, how they present themselves, is itself a cipher, a walking blueprint of the game.
A walking blueprint, so their appearance is encoded.
That's the idea. Not just ceremonial. A profound encoded message. A living diagram of the cosmic forces they understand. They literally embody the truths of their world, according to this view.
Okay, let's dig into that appearance. The sources mention their striped bodies.
Right, often black and white stripes.
And these aren't just decorative.
No, they are interpreted as a literal diagram of the cosmic duality of alpha, black, and beta, white.
Alpha and beta again. The moon and sun. Darkness and light. Destruction and creation. The same duality we saw with Alcatraz and the Arizona flag.
Exactly. It's a recurring fundamental theme. Their bodies, therefore, become this living, breathing representation of those two cosmic forces, a constant reminder of the binary nature of reality as they understand it.
And does the symbolism of the stripes go deeper?
It does. There's another layer, quite poignant. The sources connect these black and white stripes to the uniform of a prisoner.
Like an inmate's uniform.
Yes. And this is interpreted as a constant ritualistic acknowledgement of their status as inhabitants of the Great Penitentiary.
The cosmic penitentiary, the same idea we discussed with Alcatraz.
Precisely. It ties directly back. It suggests that everyone, all inhabitants of this world, not just those behind human bars, are, in a sense, prisoners within this larger cosmic cycle, within this binary reality.
So their appearance is a testament to their understanding of their place,
Yeah.
confined within this cosmic structure.
A constant reminder of their confinement and the cyclical nature of existence. It's a profound, almost sad self-identification with the larger cosmic framework described by the sources.
So these Pueblo clowns, they're presented as much more than just cultural figures.
Far more. They're called the ancient priests of the reset.
Priests of the reset.
Their rituals, their dances, their very existence, they're seen not just as cultural expression, but as profound acts of remembrance, preservation.
Keeping the memory alive.
Their rituals specifically preserve the memory of the last wash, that Aquarius mode wash linked to the Grand Canyon's formation, that deep cleansing event,
And their bodies with the stripes.
are a living map of the binary reality they inhabit, a literal guide to the cosmic forces at play. What does this mean for how we think about cultural memory? Knowledge transmission.
It's profound. They're described as a profound and sacred testament to the cycle that has turned before and will turn again.
Which suggests their practices aren't just ancient history, they're vitally relevant now, carrying warnings, insights about the cyclical nature of existence.
It redefines cultural practices, doesn't it? Not just tradition, but active, vital components of a cosmic memory, passed down, holding keys to the past.
And maybe even the future, a living prophecy, perhaps, of what's to come.
Wow. Okay, that was quite a journey we just took.
Absolutely. We navigated through this really unique interpretation of the American Southwest.
From Alcatraz, the Arizona flag, the symbolic branding,
to the alleged ground zero at the Grand Canyon, the physical scar.
and finally to the people, the Pueblo clowns, presented as the living lore keepers.
Our sources connected all these seemingly unrelated elements into this cohesive, though definitely unconventional, narrative. The Great Reset, the cosmic game, leaving its marks everywhere.
What's really striking, I think, is how this perspective just invites you, urges you to look for deeper meanings, hidden meanings.
Yeah, it encourages questioning the standard narratives, doesn't it?
Totally. As these sources suggest, symbols, names, even the land itself can be read as deliberate messages, placed by those who supposedly understand the cycles.
They form a cipher, just waiting for someone to read it.
It pushes you towards a kind of critical thinking that goes beyond the usual explanations. Maybe there is always more beneath the surface.
Waiting to be discovered.
Absolutely. And that leaves us, and you, the listener, with a pretty powerful, open-ended question to think about long after this deep dive ends. Well, if places like Alcatraz, the Arizona flag, the Grand Canyon, if they hold such layered cosmic secrets, according to these sources, what else? What other seemingly ordinary landmarks in your world, the places you see every day, might be silently broadcasting some ancient hidden message?
Waiting for you to decipher them.
Exactly. We definitely encourage you to always think critically about the information you encounter. Seek out multiple perspectives, especially the ones that challenge what you think you know.
Because sometimes maybe the most profound truths are hidden in plain sight.
If only we learn how to look.